Good morning, everyone, and happy first day. Welcome to Mr. Benson, to Mrs. Hardy. I wanted to call you Ms. Stahl, and distinguished alumni in the audience. Welcome to the faculty and staff. And welcome students to your first day of the 2015-16 school year. Last year, we celebrated the school's 50th anniversary in fine style, and those of you who were here remember the tremendous celebration and how it included historical exhibits and art shows and a memorial book and a cookbook and programs like the 50 Acts of Kindness and special visits from different alums such as comedian Sarah Silverman, and so much more. Today is a special day, and it's part of why we have some of our earliest alums with us today. Today is a special day because it marks the 50th anniversary of the first day of school. Last year, and Martin said, so what were we celebrating last year? Last year, we were celebrating that time when those first organizing founding families were working with their newly hired head of school in the hiring and the organizing and the dreaming and the planning of the school. But today is the anniversary of when the school actually began. Looking forward, I believe that I will attend the 75th school anniversary, but probably not the 100th because I'll be 100 years old. But I know that you in the audience, the young people in the audience, will build Derryfield over the next 50 years, not only as students, but as alumni and maybe as Derryfield parents and maybe even grandparents. And that is an exhilarating thought. I'm sure that Mr. Benson, when he was a student like you, never imagined that he would be the second longest serving trustee after Mrs. Hardy's mother, Barbara Stahl, or a Derryfield dad, but here he is as Derryfield's board leader today. So the school needs you to build Derryfield now while you are a student and onward in the years after your graduation. As we stand at Derryfield and think about her next 50 years, we might be wise to ask ourselves, how can we be worthy of this heritage? And the answer is, build the best Derryfield and be the best you. You honor this heritage by committing to the highest level of scholarship. This commitment to dedicated study, to a love of learning, to hard work has been part of Derryfield school culture since the beginning. Since the first graduating class, Derryfield graduates have gone on to study at the finest colleges and universities and have succeeded as leaders in their chosen professions. But you craft the atmosphere every day by the level of engagement that you bring to school. An academic atmosphere requires more, though, than being a good student. With your attitude and your words, the way you carry the academic dialogue from the classroom, outside to lunch, or the hallway, you contribute to an atmosphere of intellectual inquiry. As Eleanor Roosevelt said, great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, small minds discuss people. And I think by that she meant people as in gossiping about people. So let's keep our eyes and our conversation thinking about ideas and books and journalism and politics and inventions and other worlds, both inside of class and outside of it. You honor this heritage by fostering the spirit of educational innovation. A small group of families, including Mrs. Hardy's parents, took a risk and invested in an idea for a school. And then they put their children in that school when it hadn't even existed before. The founders labored to create the very best school they could imagine in 1964. And we celebrate their bold actions by consistently asking questions. What is the best school we can envision now and for the next 10 years? And you as students will help Derryfield move forward when you ask constantly, what are the best ways to learn? How should we be learning? What is worthy of study? You can make the school better by talking with faculty when you have an idea that you think would enhance learning. When you hear of a digital app or a book or maybe even an entire course that is in existence at another place that you think would help DS. In the founding of the medieval universities in Southern Europe, it was the students who hired the faculty, and it was the students who chose the curriculum. So think about that. Think about seeking ways to make Derryfield ever better, and in doing so, you will foster that spirit of educational innovation. But perhaps most profoundly, you will honor this heritage by committing to the spirit of community. Our core value states, we seek a diverse community defined and sustained by close relationships and service. From Derryfield's earliest days, close relationships between faculty and students were paramount. And we know from alumni feedback that these relationships are their most memorable aspect of Derryfield. Today, these faculty-student relationships are considered key to the experience. When you reach out to a faculty or a staff member and connect, you carry on this wonderful tradition. In addition, when we think about community, let's think back to the founders. So our first board chair, Peter Friedman, and other founders participated in the American Civil Rights Movement. And they started a school where from the very beginning, various religious traditions, races, interests, identities were honored. Connected to that is our core value of individuality, which states, we encourage young people to grow as individuals through the discovery of new passions and love of learning. You craft the community every day in how you act toward others, in how you honor their distinct interests, and in how you affirm them as the people they are and in the people that they are becoming. When you include all your classmates, you honor your Derryfield heritage. So as we look to this school year that lays before us, all new, let's resolve together to contribute to the spirit of scholarship, to the spirit of educational innovation, and to the spirit of community. Our vision statement, Leading Lives of Passion and Purpose, describes the founder's vision and continues to guide us for the next 50 years. Build the best Derryfield, be the best you. Thank you.